Okay, we are live. And yeah, I don't know if you've been watching my main channel. There's a link in the video description um, where I recently I uploaded two videos where I basically said that we need to snap out of it. We need to take back control of our lives. Um, Now, I could go into depth on that, but I won't in this video. I will just ask you to go and watch those videos. Um, and some of the common, usual trolls, um, they they said that, well, this is bad timing because Norway is coming out of Norway just dropped the lockdowns and all the restrictions and everything, and now you're telling us that we should just take control and think in a more positive way about things. Listen, you have to be really naive to believe that we were not ever going back. And now it seems like we are. First of all, Norway did not drop all of its restrictions. There are people, seems like the world got fooled by mainstream media. It's never been true, but they dropped most of the restrictions, which was nice. And now the FHI, which is the part, it's not an, yeah, it's an organization, but it's like, is it called a CDC, the equivalent of CDC, I believe? Um, I'm not sure, but FHI, which is those are the people giving advice on the strategy to the Norwegian government. One of the big wigs there, he just now said that we will likely see uh, local lockdowns, which is how it always starts, right? So, because this being social media, I cannot be, there are certain words I cannot say, there are certain things I can't mention here, certain things I can't go into in this live stream. So basically, what I will do is I will, well, say what I've already said, that now it looks like Norway will start doing their local mild lockdowns, let's call it that, and they will re-implement strategies like face coverings and so on and so on. They haven't yet, but every time this guy from FHI has done an interview in in media and said that this might happen, that has happened. What he says, it tends to, it's a way to prime the public for what's coming a few days later. So we pretty much know that we will be going back to rules and restrictions. And that is why, well, some of us, we always knew we were going back because there is no end to this. So that is why I made those two videos, which I believe are essential when it comes to handling this, when it comes to maintaining your mental health through this dark winter that we are moving into now. So, just a few practical pieces of information here. I will not be able to reply to all the comments in the chat, but I will see super chats. I will see some. The Woodlander is here, and Daniela, uh, and yeah, what I'm trying to say is if you give me a super chat, it will pop up so that I will see it. That's how it works, and that's how YouTube monetizes these live streams, and I get my share of the super chats as well, which is nice. Now, this is, when you're in another country, you must understand that you shouldn't believe everything you read here in social media, and certainly not in mainstream media about other countries, because it's a simplified and often false version that you are being presented with. I've said many times that Norway never dropped all its restrictions. In practical life, daily life, it seemed like they did. It seemed like we did. But that's mostly because people seem to have forgotten how it used to be. So it's not the same as before. It was never the same as before. And now we will likely be moving into, the old system with social distancing, face coverings, and so on and so on. It will not be the entire country to start with. It will be regions and so on. Just wanted to share this with you because it is important to understand that you must take back control. And now people will say that, well, how should I do that? How should I do that? Because of these rules, because of these restrictions. Well, you still have to do it. And you can't allow. Now, this is difficult to talk about here in social media, but what I'm trying to say is you can't allow people to, in this case, governments, so on, to control your life. That you just can't do that. And you will face consequences when you refuse to bow your head and kneel. You will face consequences. But that's a price you will have to pay. I've had to pay that price, and you will have to pay it too if you want to be free. You might have to move. You might have to emigrate. There is nothing new about any of this. People have been emigrating and fleeing ever since humanity started, I would say. There's nothing new about this. Now, let's see. I realize this is not the best time of the day to do a live stream because you Americans are asleep now. And yeah, if there's a sound here, that's one of the dogs sleeping here. And most Europeans have just, well, they've gone to work now. But yeah, Long Star 117 says it's only 3 a.m. in Florida. It's okay. Yeah. Well, now let me just read this comment here from Valerie. Says the problem is that people are complying. There are consequences for not doing so, but there is strength in numbers. If everyone says no, this will stop. Exactly. And I believe we should say stop anyway. If if you're the only one in a group, in your workplace or wherever, that says no, that says stop, so be it. Someone has to do it. Someone has to be that person who says stop. If you walk past someone in the street being beaten by a gang of thugs, criminals, Will you just walk past, or will you do something about it? Okay, that's the question. What kind of person are you? Are you going to be brave, or are you going to be a coward? That's the real question here, I guess. At this point, we must understand this will not stop unless we say no. And people really need to understand this now. We will be a minority. That's just how it is. Maybe it will be only you in your workplace, at the school meeting. I don't know. That's just how it is, you know. So I get a lot of comments from people saying about me. Well, what are you going to do? You're just talking. Are you going to fight? Well, first of all, you know, what do you think will happen with the live stream or the video if I say that? How long do you think? How many seconds do you think it will take before they remove the video? And secondly, you do not know which price I've had to pay for speaking up. I've had to pay a price. I'll just say that. And also, the fight is about saying no. The fight is about having the courage to say stop. And there's a lot more I want to say about this. There's a lot more. There's a lot more to this. But I will keep that out of this live stream. I will not risk my channel, and that's how it is. So let's see here. Hi there, Jill. Thank you. Yeah, well, lots of people are thinking certain things about Scandinavia, but that's okay. You know, I'm used to it. We have this joke that tourists from North America, they believe that they can come here and see polar bears in the streets, and that Norway is the capital of Sweden. Well, thank you. There are lots of nice comments here. Yes, we will not kneel. Exactly. And Jill says, whatever consequences they do to can't even hurt as much as them taking your freedom and controlling everything in your life. Yes, it would be nice if you hit the like button. That's always nice, you know. Well, if Norway is a free country, I don't think a country is free. I think a person can be free. I think it depends on the person. You might have noticed that I'm spending more time out in the wild, out in nature now, and that's simply because that's where, you know, things are more normal there. That's where, as I always say, that's where the real world is. The real world is not this artificial thing we have here with scaremongering and with people living this artificial kind of life in a box or boxes watching screens. But anyway, Cameron Alexander, thanks a lot for the super chat. Is it perfect time for Australian viewers? That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So well, my knowledge of what people should eat when less food is available for best health. It's very simple, if you ask me. I believe that meat is a health food, and we should eat more. Most people should eat much more meat than they do now. I believe that we are eating far too much carbohydrates, far too much fiber. I'll say it again. We eat far too much fiber, and we should focus on getting animal protein. That's what I think. And it is an important topic, actually, because we are being told that, and I'll be careful now because YouTube just added climate change topic to their list of forbidden subjects. But meat is considered to be a threat to the climate. And what I will just say there is that I encourage people to look into the numbers for themselves. And that's all I will say about that, except that we will have health problems in the populations if they reduce the amount of meat even more. It's going to have devastating effects on the mental health and the hormonal balance. But first and foremost, you will see it in people's mental health. So, JC Hunter, okay, you're going to have a belated honeymoon in either Norway or Iceland or both. That's going to be great, I think. I have been to Iceland, very beautiful, and obviously I've been to Norway because I live in Norway. So, okay. Now I don't really want to get into the diet debate in this live stream. It's going to be a short live stream, and I just wanted to give you is it called a heads up? That first and foremost, don't believe everything you hear on social media, everything you read. Don't believe mainstream media. News about Norway. Thanks for the super chat there, Surf. Wow. Are you crazy? That's an awesome, that's, wow. That's wonderful. Thanks a lot. I'll do my best to yeah. Okay. Thank you. Wolf of Odin is here. And also I just spotted a comment there briefly about trolls and so on. I have a new system, so I'm not going to, they will just be ignored, and you can do what you like. They are sad creatures, and yeah, that's just how it is. So, um, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, no, actually, Dark Eye Neil says there will be no more lockdowns in Norway. Well, actually, in the news, they are talking about new lockdowns. So that's normally, how it is. They are the first to talk about it, and the reason is very difficult to talk about there on YouTube. um, it's yeah, what can I say? It's very difficult to talk about. But anyway, uh, uh, wow, super chats here. Fiendheim Sculpt. Um, well, thank you from Greece. Thank you for the donation, and from Clam. Um, I am sorry to hear about that. I am really sorry to hear about that. I don't know what to say, and there isn't much I can say either, because certain words and so on I can't even mention those here. Uh, yeah, but I will read the comment just below here from Maria. It's a quote here from Aldous Huxley. Medical science is making such remarkable progress that soon none of us will be well. Yeah, yeah. Well, it is very simple. It is very simple. I think that in order to stay healthy, you must eat enough protein, good protein, uh, from animal sources. I believe that's the healthiest option. You need to be active. You need to spend time outdoors. Don't waste your time in front of a screen too much. It's okay to take some time and watch some YouTube videos, maybe, or a show on TV if you like that. It's okay to do that, but you're not supposed to sit there for 4 or 5 hours, you know. And um, you need to, get out there, lift some weights, hike out in the woods and mountains, be active. And I I purchased one of these GPS watches because I wanted to, and it has it counts the steps, and I'm at almost 10,000 steps every day, which I believe it is a lot more than I thought. But then, I thought about it, and I'm always carrying something back and forth. I'm always doing something out in the garden. I'm walking the dogs. I'm hiking in the woods, and it adds up, and that's a healthy thing. You should be active, and it's um, it's how you stay young and healthy. Look who's prepping now. Yeah, says, well, thank you for the donation. Hi from Oklahoma. Um, Please give my new twin baby boys a proper Nordic blessing or protection. We need it. Well, um, I don't know what to say about that, because I believe there is no such thing as a proper, well, historically speaking, we don't really know. what a proper blessing would be. But I would, as a heathen, I would say that Odin will watch you, watch over you as well, and your kids. But first and foremost, I think from that Norse perspective, it's about taking control of your life and being the one in your life who creates your fortune and happiness. You take control of that yourself. And that's how you please the Norse gods, right? They like that. Okay. But and also congratulations with twin baby boys. Congratulations there. Okay. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say here. Let us all hope that it was just a little bit of extra scaremongering in the news now about re-implementing social distancing and so on and so on. Let's just hope it was just a bit of scaremongering. I really don't think it was. I really don't think they went out in mainstream media if they didn't have the plans somewhat ready already. You know, um, I think we're going to see rules and restrictions being re-implemented in many regions. They will probably start in the north of Norway because of the thing we can't talk about there. So I'll try to say something coded. This is the first time that the FHI, which are the advisory organ for, can I say that, the advisory organ, the advisory organization for the Norwegian government, this is the first time I've seen them say or admit that the mysterious mixture that comes from a syringe, the tip of a syringe, tip of a needle, that mixture there, that's what I'm talking about. So this is the first time I've seen them publicly say that it will not solve the problem. Yeah. Some of us have known this for a long time. Researchers, doctors, physicians, scientists have been saying this since the start, but they've been shut down. Now, the people who have been promoting this are saying it. I find that very interesting. Very interesting. So, yeah, I'll leave it there. Hopefully this live stream stays up, and hopefully the channel stays up as well. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I will be more out in nature on my main channel because, to be honest with you, I'm sick and tired of the whole thing with the current situation. I'm sick and tired of the lies. I'm sick and tired of speaking in using code words. I'm just sick and tired of the whole thing. So you will see me more out in nature. I understand that's not what it doesn't really, lots of people, they are not interested in that. But you need to snap out of it. You really do. You need to snap out of it. This will not stop. This is not over. And it's nice to think it's over, right? It's nice, but it's not true. So you need to find peace and quiet and harmony, and you will not find that when you're constantly being bombarded with fear mongering, with hoping for a normal life, and then you have a lockdown again and back and forth like that. You need to get out of that. You need to snap out of that mental state. And I find that you can do that easily out in nature. So please follow me over there, and hopefully you will follow me on my hikes and overnighters in the woods as well. And I'll see you there. Okay. Stay strong out there. Don't let the bastards grind you down.